What's going on, everyone? Badger here. Should have like and sub, and let's get into this. With every franchise, there comes a realization that there is probably no hope left for it. That no matter what type of, well, maybe I'll get this and maybe I'll get that, and maybe no, it just goes away when the thing comes out and you go, oh, I don't think they know what they're doing anymore. For Marvel, that actually happened with me on WandaVision, where I was kind of enjoying it up until the end and we got the reveals and I was like, oh, I don't think they know what they're doing. And then we found out the showrunner didn't even know who Mephisto was. And of course, now we're going to get him in Ironheart, which is premiering. The finale, rather, is tonight. Anyway, with Star Wars, even though we got the sequel trilogies, even though we never saw Han, Luke, and Leia, I still had enough Delulu to think that for the TV shows and Filoni, who at that time was not full on Darth Filonius and Favreau, they still had, Mandalorian season 3 hadn't come out. So we thought maybe with Ewan coming back and Hayden coming back, there's a chance that we'll get Clone Wars flashbacks and we'll get a good, hard hitting Star Wars. And then Kenobi came out and all of those were dashed. Yeah. Did we get some good Vader scenes? We did. Vader is the one that they've kept as a boss, and Hayden came back, and I have nothing but good things to say about him. We got some fun ones like, have you come here to kill me, Obi-Wan, even though Anakin went to him. But I digress. It did not get received well. Reva played it like a wrestler, Moses Ingram, who is a good actress in other products, just she's written horribly, wasn't needed. And of course, instead of keeping Kenobi on Tatooine and having something involving Luke and protecting him, it of course now had to be reframed for Leia because this is the height of the Force's female Kathleen Kennedy regime. So the new rumor, and we talked about this yesterday on Badgercast, is from Daniel Reitman. So he's a busy boy these days. A second season of Obi-Wan Kenobi is in development at Lucasfilm. This, of course, Ewan had a fan campaign where he tried to get everyone to write in and talk, where he said, this right here, Kenobi actor Ewan McGregor has succeeded, if this is true, in his campaign to get a second season off the ground. In February 2024, during an appearance at MegaCon in Florida, McGregor instructed attendees to write Disney to approve a second season. He said it was originally going to be a movie. Yes, it was. A couple things were going to be a movie at first, like the Boba Fett movie that got turned into The Mandalorian. I've often thought, well, should it have been a movie? But I kind of think it's great we did it that way, and it's a longer story, and hopefully it's more satisfying as a result. We get more time to weave a story. I just hope we can do another one. Can everyone write to Disney? I'll give you some email addresses at the end. I'll just say, dear Disney, let's have another bit. Let's have a more bit of Obi-Wan Kenobi, please. And everyone pointing out, no, you significantly broke canon by not only having him leave Tatooine, but by having him directly fight and talk to Vader, and even trying to contextualize what the things they said to each other meant now in A New Hope. It just breaks it, and it makes Leia look like a masochist now for reacting not at all when Obi-Wan dies, when she has this big connection to him all of a sudden. So that negativity was reflected in the Rotten Tomatoes and the IMDb. On the viewership side, it did worse than The Mandalorian Season 2, Loki, and WandaVision. Again, all things, even Loki, that I thought had promise. And as they went on, it's that, oh, they don't know what they're doing feeling. And finally, of course, the finale aired not on the top 10, dropping below Ozarks. So, hey, 82%, 61%, not the worst comparatively. And if you go over to IMDb and you do that fun trick where you see the ratings week to week. Now, this was a limited series, unlike The Last of Us, where we saw it go substantially down towards the end. This seems pretty even. Roughly 25,000 plus every week, 27,000, 26,000, 26, 22, 22, and then 25,000 people reviewing it for the last episode. And it got 7s, 6s, and 8s across the board. The best thing probably to come out of this was, in fact, Hayden Christensen coming back to play a destroyed Anakin. To play Darth Vader. He did get some good lines, and the Black series, Duel's End of this, where his mask is destroyed and it's Hayden, is consistently sold out and sells for over $100. So the popularity of Hayden and Ewan is still there, but they did it laughably. The showrunner was the wrong, as a Deborah Cho or whatever. She should not have been directing this. absolute ludicrous scenes in it. We've talked about the barrier that went down, and all Obi-Wan had to do was go around it. And the bigger one was, of course, hiding Leia under a trench coat on the Imperial Inquisitorius planet. And even that was mocked by the young actress who plays Leia, saying, I remember the scene where I was in the coat, I was inside the Imperial officer's coat, and I kept poking my head out to look around at the set, and he kept trying to push me back in, and it was really funny. I kept just saying, how is anyone believing that this random lump inside this guy's coat is just normal? How is this happening? But it was a lot of fun. So yeah. And then she got chased around. It was like a Benny Hill skit. So yeah, good luck. I actually do believe this might be true, because they being Disney, Star Wars, Lucasfilm, were quoted as saying that Rey was their most important cinematic asset. That's why you keep hearing about Rey movies and the Simon Kinberg trilogy. And on the other side, they do have someone from the movies, Ewan and Hayden, both willing to come back. So yeah, we will see them again. So whether it's Kenobi season 2 or some sort of Clone Wars spinoff thing, of course, they don't know what they're doing. So then again, who knows? Oh, you let me know what you think. Do you want another one? I can already hear you screaming no. And there's zero chance they course correct. So yeah, just tell me if you want another one. I highly doubt anyone is going to be saying they do, though. Make sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And
well, bye.